So we just realized that our freezer is kaput. So I have all this meat that we had butchered from our cow that now is partially starting to thaw. It's not too thawed yet, so we're gonna try to save it. But my day has just pivoted and I will spend the day in the kitchen canning up all this meat and trying to save as much as possible from our freezer. So there we are. Let's see what we can do with this. We've got rump roast, we've got beef stew, more rump roast, chuck roast, more chuck roast. Over here, I have strawberries, so I'll be making some jam. I've got my list of things that I need to deal with so far, and hubby just went to the store to get more jars. We've got some jars ready to go. For the meat, I need to use the wide mouth jars just so I can fit the cubes of meat in better. So I've got my cutting board set up. We've got our turkey broth there. We've got my entertainment set up. Chicken breasts thawing so I can can those. And meat that needs to be cut right now. I thought I would show how easy it is to can meat. So I'm doing what's called the raw pack method. So basically all you do is you cut up your meat in about 1-inch cubes and you put it in your jar. You can add salt if you want to, you don't have to. These are quart jars. They each hold about 2 pounds of meat. And I added half a teaspoon of salt to each jar. So half a teaspoon for 2 pounds of meat is not a ton. So then what you do is I just take a little paper towel and I put vinegar on it and you just wipe the rims. And so I'm going to do that for these jars. You can hear I've got the canner going in the background. I've got 1 load in it. And then I'm going to place new lids on top of these jars. You don't, when you're canning, you don't want to reuse lids unless they are special reusable lids. So I need 1 more lid, but I'm going to put the new lids on. I'm going to tighten the bands down fingertip tight, and then I'm going to process them in the pressure canner for 1.5 hours because we're doing meat. So that's it. It's really easy. And then after that, you have a jar of shelf-stable meat that can sit on your shelf for a year or 2 or even longer. So this is a great idea. The meat will be fully cooked. Hold on. Okay, so the meat will be fully cooked. So it's a great thing to have on your pantry for if you are sick or if the power's out, if you need a quick meal and you don't have time to cook anything. You could just open one of these. You could put it on tacos. You could add it to a soup. It'll just be like shredded beef. So it'll be super versatile. And especially since we did not season it with anything other than salt, you could add whatever seasoning you wanted to. You could throw it on some pasta. I mean, it's endless. So I love being able to produce ingredients and have ingredients on my shelf that then I can use for whatever kind of tickles my fancy that day. So yeah, it's super easy. I've got a lot to do. So I've got 1 round in the canner now, working on cutting up the next round. My canner can fit 7 jars, and it kind of stinks that you have to wait about 2 hours in between loads. So in the meantime, I'm going to be cutting up and getting the next load ready and working on some other stuff. So thanks for coming along. All right, bye. All right, I thought I'd show you where we're at. So I have this big, huge roaster pan going full of bones. These jars are full of meat ready to go in the canner next. The crock pot also has bones. We've got some broth ready to go in the canner. One of those jars will go in the canner with the meat. And then the other 2 I'll have to do in the next round. Got a clean sink, bottles drying, and then over here we have jars of turkey from yesterday, jars of beef that I just took out. So again, there's 6 jars of beef and then 1 of broth. The canner is going again with the next round. And yeah, I am exhausted, I'm hot, I'm tired, my feet hurt, but we are saving this meat. So let's do it. I also thought I'd show you the fridge. So we have gallons and gallons of milk. We have more. This wasn't quite a full jar of beef. I have a thing of bones here that I deboned. A bag of meat I need to deal with there. All of these jars are chicken broth with more milk in the back. Yeah, down here we have chicken that needs to be canned up. And yeah, that is the state of the fridge right now. A bunch of leftovers. And yeah, so more stuff to do tonight. Thankfully, it's like 10 degrees cooler in here. We are in the bedroom. I have this huge pile of laundry that I have to tackle. The bed needs to be made. The kids have been playing in it today. Got the iPad. I'm gonna watch some YouTube, drink some coffee, and we have about 30 minutes until the timer goes off on the canner. So I'm gonna see how much I can get done in here while I have a couple minutes. Got the ceiling fan going and it's dark and the blackout curtains are drawn and it feels so good in here. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. All right. Well, I was in the kitchen and then I looked out the window because the dog was barking and the cow's out. So I'm home alone. Just closed the gate so she can't run out on the driveway. And we're gonna go down and see if we can get her back in her pen. So I'm gonna flip you guys around so you can see the cow that keeps getting out. That cow there is supposed to be in there with those ladies. Let's go say hi. Hi, Violet. There's Deborah and Gracie. Come on, Mama. Hi. Did you get out again? Come on. Yeah, you gonna say hi? Say hi. Hi, Mama. Come on, let's go. Violet. Come on, Mama. Let's see if we can get her in with some food. Oh, look. You see the gate? Wide open. All right, let's call her over. Usually, she will come with some food. Oh, here we come. Here we come. Come on. Let's go in. Come on, Mama. Come on. She's like, no way, I'm free. Come on. Violet, look what I got you. Look what I got you. Come on. Come on. Yeah, see? That's what you want. Come on, Mama. Come on. There you go. That's a good girl. Hey, Sergio. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes, Mama. Good girl. All right, let's close the gate real quick. Oh. All right. Get some extra grain. So Violet here is ready to be milked, but Tim's not home to milk her yet. So she's gonna have to wait a little bit longer. All right, we got a bunch of cats joining us for the walk back up to the house. So we go, look, 1, 2, oh, 3. All right, now we're gonna go back inside. So actually first let's go peek over at Deborah and Gracie. So Deborah gets milked after Violet, and so she waits patiently to be let in. Hi, Mama. You gonna come say hi? Hi, Deborah. No, she's weary. Right there's the electric line, so she's a little bit nervous to get too close. But this is Miss Deborah. And then over there, that's Gracie. So that is Violet's baby, the one that was just out. And hopefully Gracie and Deborah and Violet, hopefully they're all pregnant. All right, I just put the next load in. So we have 6 quarts of beef and 1 quart of turkey stock. And then we just took these out. Look at those bubbles. So the pressure canner will get the internal temperature hotter than boiling. So that's why that you do meat. And I did not add any liquid to these jars. The meat produces all of its own liquid. So that's why some have more liquid than others. But yeah, I just put the meat, a little bit of salt, and canned it up. And then they made their own juice. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna can up this broth this morning. This is the bone broth. But I wanted to show you, look at all that gelatin. Can you see? Look at this one. That whole layer there is gelatin. It's so thick. So that is what we really want to see in our bone broth. Good morning. It is the next day. I was up until 1:30 last night canning, and now it is, I don't even know what time it is, 9 maybe, and I'm back in the kitchen for more canning. So I'm going to flip you around and show you what we got done last night and what we still have to do. All right, this is the state of the stove. So we've got 6 jars of steak and 1 turkey broth back there. The canner is loaded and starting again with 7 more jars of, this time it's bone broth from the bones of the cow. We have all these quarts, a couple pints of turkey. These are chicken, behind them is more steak. 6 more of chicken. Look at that yellow layer of fat. 1 more of turkey broth. I back up and spin you around. The sink is clean. We've got, this is what I always get ready. My husband goes out and milks the cows in the morning. And so this is the setup. When he comes back in, I take the milk jug, and then these are half-gallon jars. So I strain it just in case anything got into the milk. I strain it. This is like this. It's like a really fine sieve. So nothing can get through there. And then we put it on an ice bath, because when you get the milk, you want to cool it down as soon as possible to avoid getting bacteria in it. So we fill this little, after we strain it, we put the lids on, we fill this little guy up with ice, and then leave them for about 20 minutes until they've cooled down, and then we'll label them and put them in the fridge. Then over here, I need to wash this crock pot. We got bones that need to go out to the chickens, and then this roaster is still going with more bone broth. Yeah, so that is our kitchen. The dishwasher's running with more jars and dishes, and we are ready for another day of saving our meat. What are you doing, Mabel?
Washing dishes.
Do you like washing dishes?
Yeah. So I can get water in this pot.
Yeah. Okay, I couldn't fit it all on the table, but this is everything we saved from the freezer. So the ones that have writing on them are the jars that I have cleaned and labeled. All the other ones I need to clean them off, label them. The ones in the back I need to take the rings off before I store them. So I'm almost done, but not quite. So all of these here are all beef. They're just chunks of beef. That one does not look very appetizing, but I promise they are. Here, like, it's just cubes of beef. It's all cooked, so you could just open these and add them to whatever you wanted, and they're fully cooked, and you could just warm them up, or you could eat them as is. These ones here in the middle, they go back to the little jars too, is chunks of chicken. Again, it's fully cooked. Last night we added these. I made pasta and Alfredo sauce, and then I added a jar of the cooked chicken. I had one that didn't seal, so it wouldn't be good to put in the pantry. So I put it in the fridge, and we ate that for dinner last night. And then all the rest of the jars are all broth. So we have a lot of broth, which is awesome. We use that a lot for soups or for whatever. You can make rice using broth. You could cook your pasta in it, I suppose. but it's always handy to have. And I probably wouldn't have made so much broth if I was not trying to save the meat in our freezer. But I'm pretty proud of that. We'll call that a win. And yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm done with canning meat for a while. And I pray our other freezers hold. So there we go. Thanks for sticking with us.